Hey, welcome back. Today we have another server video for you. We are going to check out some Marvel Heroes. I personally am not a fan of this game. It's more of a click to move, and I don't understand how how they thought that was a good idea, but what the hell. So here we are in a virtual machine. Yes, I did do the entire install already, so I'm just going to go over the steps. It is fairly simple. This one's going to be easy. It should work pretty much right away. So, one of the issues I had was they said you should install one of their, not one theirs, but their Microsoft Visual C, but it was an older version. I had to get 2015 to get it work. So, anyway, let's take a look. So, here we'll go to initial setup. All right. So, get a copy of the game. Obviously, I'll leave that up to you. That shouldn't be too damn difficult to find. Here it says install net desktop runtime 8. Okay, fine. I had to get the C++ 2015 as well to get it to work. So if you just click that, it sends you over here to grab it. So let's go back. I would actually just right click, open in a new tab, so that way you don't have to keep going back and forth. Run the included setup and point it to your Marvel Heroes file. So it'll have this. This is what it looks. This is what the server files look like when you pull them out. So, as a matter of fact, hold on. Let's go over to the server. Sorry, I skipped a step. So since I already have it installed. So this is the one you want. You just scroll to the bottom. You can read all this, and here's the server right here. So let's take a quick look. They're still actually actively working on it. Let's see. Let's delete that. So it's 6 months ago, 2 months ago, 8 hours ago, actually, this is now a newer version than the one I actually have when I put my server up just yesterday to test it. Which is unusual because usually I do these together with you. But anyway, but you can see they're still actively working on it. Um, so anyway, okay, let me go back to where we need to be. There we go. All right, so we run the setup tool. So let's go ahead and I don't have to actually run it, but we're going to run it anyway. Next. So all you're going to do is you're going to point it to the game files. So when you get the game and you unzip the game, put it in a folder, and um, you're going to have these three. My download included all this, and then inside here, there's a zip file inside a zip file. I just clicked it. Now I'm stuck letting it load. Okay, yeah, no, mine was a zip file inside a zip file, but these are the ones you want right here. The VDF is actually just a Steam thing. You can open it if you want. It'll just install tell you that you have to install the dependencies first. Um, I don't did I install them? Yeah, I did install these on the server. Just this one, this one, this one, and this one. I didn't care about the physics or AMD because first of all, I don't have an AMD, and we don't need physics because this isn't actually running anything that would run on your client. So anyway, so you can install the dependencies, and that's pretty much it for that point. So you're going to drag that stuff out, and you're going to put that into the game folder. Then you're going to point this, just hit browse, and point it to your game folder where those three folders are. And then that's it. It'll just say, okay, great. You can, start the client after you start the server, etc. So you start the server for the first time, then you go ahead and stop the server. You don't have to, but it doesn't hurt because it'll create the database and all that stuff that you need, including the test databases, etc. Then you can run start server.bat. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and run it and start server. I didn't use the start client for anything. There's something else that we can use, and I'll show you in a minute. Well, in a few minutes. All right, so we got the server. So yours will take just a hair longer because it'll actually, create the databases as well instead of just, reading them. Doesn't take too long to run though for the first time. I think it was up in less than 5 minutes. But this is like the first server I ran where I didn't get any errors or warnings. It just loaded right up. All right. You can see my authorization server is running on the local host, and my front end server is listening on my local network, which is the IP address of this PC that's running it, the server, the virtual machine. So, okay. Now, download the latest thing, extract it, and this. Okay, so you can just overwrite your server files to update it. Okay, great. So now you want to go to advanced setup. Advanced setup will tell you how to create an account, etc. So the documentation is a little different here and there. It tells you go to account management, but what they don't tell you is I think it's like /client or something that you're supposed to put in. Oh wait, that was back here, I think. Yeah, here it is, /create. There you go. So if you add an email, a player name, a password, and you submit it, it will add that to the database as a player that can log in. So that's how you create your accounts. So that's really simple. We can go ahead and test that real quick. We can we'll just go we'll just go with that. And player name, not so EP, and we'll just throw in a password there. Something small, something quick to type in. Failed to create. Oh, because I'm already using it. Okay. We'll just do .com. There we go. There we go. So now we've created a user to log in with. Okay. Now, in order to log in remotely, there are some changes we need to make. And that will be something, something, something. Where was I? I was at advanced. Okay. You can create and manage accounts from in the game. All right. Setting up remote connections. I don't know if I had to do all this just to connect locally. And if I want friends to connect, I don't really need to worry about um, reverse proxy because I use Nginx Proxy Manager. I don't use it within the game. But what I did is I followed this anyway. So you want to find the HTTPD SSL conf, which is somewhere around here. Where was it? Remove. Okay. I'm not sure where that is. I had issues finding this stuff myself. So we're just going to search around for it. There's one of them. That's not the file we want to change, though. Where? I don't think it's out here. Yeah, it's not there. Maybe. Hold on. It could be in the game folder because it actually reads an XML from the game folder, but I swear it's in the Apache in the server side of things. I can't remember where I found it. Sorry. I should have looked it up and remembered this before I started the video, but this is the kind of stuff you're going to go through anyway to find stuff. These are all defaults. These are not what we want. We're going to want some configs, but not those. Okay, there's nothing in there. There's no config in here. I forget where is it? I figure it'd be right here. Did I miss it? No. HTTPD still. That's not the one we want. Let's go in the server. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're just going to back out of all this. We're going to go straight back to the server, and we're just going to go ahead and we're just going to type it in. We're going to find it, HTTPD. There it is. I believe that's the one. I can verify it's the one. Hold on. This is not the one. Oh, HTTPD-SSL. That is it. So why does it look different? Conf. Okay, all right. Well, I guess it's easier to find when I just hover over it, right? There you go. Sorry, I completely forgot it was up here. So this is the one you want. It is in your server folder, Apache 24 conf extra. And there's a couple changes we need to make in here. First thing is down here at the very bottom, you can delete these or just do what I do, comment them out, which is exactly what the directions here said to do. So you can see the first line, remove, rewrite, and rewrite rule, and then add proxy path, auth server, and the other auth server, which is going to be up here near the top, or actually more near the middle. There it is. You're going to see virtual host 443. These are the two lines you're going to add right here. Just put them right there at the top. I don't know if they do anything, if they work. I haven't messed with server name, server admin, or anything. I haven't messed with any of that stuff. Maybe they do something in the game. I don't know. That I'll leave. I'm only here to get your server running. Everything else you can figure out on your own. So you can get friends to connect locally at least. So anyway, this is where you add your stuff right there. You don't change the local host. Leave them alone. All right, what's next? All right. Okay, so we added that. Then we want to create a copy of your site config in the Apache 24 HT docs and replace the auth. Okay. So that means what we want to do is we want to go to your site config. And right here is where you want to add it. I think it says 0000 or localhost or something. You want to put the IP address of the PC you're on, or the PC that's running the server. Yeah. See, they tell you to do it right there, and the internet's going to be your server's IP address or domain name pointing to it. So you'd probably want to use your external address with a port. I don't know. All right, and then replace bind IP in config. So we have config right here, which is in the server folder in the M8 server emu folder. So there's all kind of stuff here, but right here is where you want to change it. Bind IP, public IP. So the bind IP would be the address of the server, and then of course the public address would be the external address. Let's see here. After doing this, you can connect the server remotely by either editing client config.xml on the client machine or launching the game with these parameters here. Now, this is where we can do something different. So let's go ahead and switch over to my main desktop here. M8 server. So setting up. Okay, so we're on this guy's site right here. You're reading these docs right here. Well, what you want to do is you just want to click on Crypto 137, and you can get something called Bifrost. So Bifrost is a launcher, and all you're going to do is you're going to take Bifrost, and you're going to put it right in the folder. I created a folder called Heroes, and I pulled my game into here, and then Bifrost is right here. It's a single file, but it is going to come up and say it's an unsigned Windows, application, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. So now, just to be on the safe side, I went ahead and I changed my client config as well. It's in your game folder, data slash config slash client config XML. And right here, it actually says localhost. I changed it to the IP address of the server. You want to keep the site config XML because it's going to hit the site config on the server, which is going to tell it where the auth server and all that other stuff is at. So you only want to change this part here that's going to say localhost. And then you can launch Bifrost. Bifrost will create these two files. So you can see I have home and local server. Home is the one I made. So you would manage, you would hit add new server, type the server here, then the IP address here, which is pretty much what you're doing right here. This pretty much either bypasses or edits the XML. But either way, I think what it does is just adds the to the launch command the server. But either way, doesn't matter. You give it a name, you can go here, and you hit play. I mean, we're only 15 minutes into the video, probably a little less because of a little bit of the searching around I was doing. So remember, I made the .com, and I just gave it a small password. Turn this down. We log in. And there you have it.
I am Uatu.
I'm skipping all this. I'll let you guys watch it and remember and enjoy it.
Awaiting orders.
Right now, you only have Captain America to start with. But yeah. See, this whole click to move thing, I'm not a fan of that. And then you have to click here. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of people like this, I guess. A lot of people enjoyed it. But anyway, as you can see, the game is playing just fine. I'm logged in. Everything's great. Yeah, I don't know when you get to the multiplayer portion.
This show is on 1,000. Try a new line of work.
But anyway, there you have the game.
More centuries incoming. Try to
So,
run that shield of yours at it. Should scrap them pretty fast.
I'm going to go ahead and quit. So yeah, the game works. I haven't messed with any of the commands. I haven't tried making myself like an admin or anything. There's more stuff that you can go over. That's the wrong one. There it is. There is more stuff in the server. Wait, that's not what I wanted. There it is. Like in the advanced setup, you can change the user accounts. Um, you can try running on a Linux Steam Deck. You know, setting up in-game store and news. I guess you could set it up so you can sell your own assets or something. I don't know. I haven't messed with any of that stuff. Copy the live loading tips, blah blah. There's other stuff you can do. So you can mess around with all this stuff, and I guess you get embedded browser, site configuration. Yeah, seems like it's pretty well documented. So go ahead, set up your own server, have fun, enjoy, and see you in the next one.